I've been telling you, Fraternity of Girth, fogapparel.com. These are the most comfy clothes if you're a person of girth or somebody that lives in the world of girth. We're talking powerlifting, we're talking Highland Games, we're talking strongman, we're talking meatheads. Fogapparel.com. Grab yourself a shirt. There's a new line that just dropped. Stuff is rad. I've been wearing it every day because it's so comfortable, and I'm just a naturally lazy person that loves nice, soft, comfortable clothes with good designs. Go to fogapparel.com. Use code HEAVYLIGHT, all one word. You're going to save some cash. Hayden, you got anything for them there? One word is what you get.
I love you.
That's 3 words. All right, I'm going to call it right now. I think this is the most odd or strangest circumstances around the recording of a Heavy Light podcast that we've had so far. And that's honestly saying a lot given the history of the show. So I am sitting on the patio, the porch, of a cabin in southeastern Oklahoma right now. So the family and I bugged out this week. It's spring break where we're from. But we bugged out to a cabin in Oklahoma, did a little bit of horseback riding, caught a bunch of fish today. But this wasn't, just like a off-the-cuff bug out. This was planned. This was a vacation. So it just kind of aligned nicely with all the COVID-19 craziness that's happening right now. So this is our own little version of social distancing, and I dig it. I'm not going to lie to you. So you'll probably hear, right now you're going to hear raindrops in the background. It's been pretty rainy today. We had a little thunderstorm blow in. You're going to hear frogs. You're just going to hear the Oklahoma night. It's been really beautiful, though. It's been a little gray, but the weather's been good, and the fishing was good today. If we're going to slide on into the apocalypse, then this is the way I want it to go. This is where I'd like to start it off. We went down to the dam today, and we caught a bunch of trout. We caught 15 rainbow trout. My oldest boy, Evan, 11 years old, is becoming quite the little angler. Like all of these trips where we take or we fish, he's always the most successful, and we're starting to think it's not a fluke. Like maybe he's got something there. But he hauled in 6 rainbow, 2 of the biggest ones that we had. And he also got an albino, which is super cool, super rare. So that was really cool to see. And then I think the wife pulled in 5 and I pulled in 4. So I didn't bother to weigh and measure to see who got the most fish mass, but let's just say she won. Let's just make it easier and say that. But yeah, we brought them back, grilled them up, cooked them, ate them. So again, if we're rolling on into the apocalypse here, into the world as we know it, Beach family's ready. We're ready to rock. It's been weird. This has been a weird week. I think I wish I were more vocabulary about it, but that's the best way to say it. It's been odd, and I've been trying to filter out a lot of everything flying around and just get what's necessary. And I've taken a little bit of a social media diet, which I know is kind of counterintuitive, I guess, when you're, social distancing in this era and you're a person that does the kind of stuff I do. But I just knew, I guess, through experience, election cycles, big news, disaster, stuff like that. I just knew social media was kind of a thing to avoid. I'm posting, I'm putting my story up, and I'm putting, pictures of us fishing and adorable pictures of my kids on Instagram and stuff, like all the usual stuff. But I'm just not ingesting very much. And that's on purpose. Because I talked previously about the conspiracy theories and everything that, being hooked into the Highland Games community, you're hooked into a very, very, let's say, diverse group of people. And part of that diversity means that you're going to get some fucking nut jobs. And that's only accelerated. But honestly, that's not even the worst of it. It's really not. The worst of it is that, because of all the years that I worked with Hate Brand Goods and kind of worked in the fitness industry, and now what I do, I am, technically an online coach, and that I do this podcast and have a presence in the sport. Now I'm hooked into the fitness industry, and a lot of my news feed is those people. And what the fuck? I mean, what the fuck? Can we not can we not monetize something for once? Like, I know the fitness industry isn't the only one that's guilty of that. Trust me, I know. Like, it's the it's the capitalist model. Like, oh, thing happened. Here's a way to make money on thing. But I just wish everybody could stop being so fucking gross about it. I wish, like, I know you got to make money, and I know when you stake your claim on you make money around working out, or being the workout girl, or being the workout guy, or being the strong one, or being a thrower or whatever. Like, you got to monetize. I get it. You have to find creative ways, but people are fucking dying, and we're all hiding in our houses to avoid a virus right now. Just, it doesn't need to be fun. Here's your at-home workout package. Like, subscribe now, or like, this supplement stack's gonna boost your immune system, or fucking this CBD oil or this kratom or whatever could be the key to COVID. Just fucking stop. Just talk about something else. Everybody's fucking stuck at home anyway. I don't want to hear about your bullshit cure or your bullshit immune system booster. I want to be entertained, and I want to be engaged otherwise. Let the fucking CDC worry about it. Take their recommendations. And shout out to all the people who are ignoring all the warnings about the gatherings. Go fuck yourselves until you're dead. Because you're not endangering just yourself. You're endangering people that are more vulnerable, like my small children, or like elderly people, or like people that are immunocompromised. So stop being a fuckface. But I'd like to think, honestly, anybody listening to this, you're not one of those fuckfaces. You're not. You may be. I know there are plenty of rugged individuals out there that populate this sport and probably this audience, but you're also not fucking morons, most of you. So I don't think there's a lot of that going on. With the Highland Games, I guess, is on pause. And maybe that's why some people have been, a select few have been so active with their social media presence. But yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of games canceled, rightly so. A lot of festivals canceled. And there's no place to compete. But hey, this is our hobby. This is not our lives. And if it is your life, reassess, please. I mean, if it were anybody's life, if there were an example of somebody who it's their life, it would be me. It'd be this asshole talking to you right here. I mean, I got a fucking podcast. I wrote a book. I coach people. I compete in it. You'd think, oh, this is my fucking life. It's not. It's my hobby, and I love it, and I love the people. So it's not that big a deal. Who I feel for are the people that put in all the work for the festivals, spend all that time sourcing money, doing the logistics, and they could be out of a job because of this. It's unfortunate, and I hope they can bounce back, and I hope as a community we athletes can come together and do something to help make that happen. That would be awesome. One thing that the community is doing, which I'm happy to be a part of, is that Fraternity of Girth and Throw Bros are partnering to put on the Pandemic Games. Now, the Pandemic Games started as a response to when all the festivals got canceled, so we thought, like, okay, people are going to start throwing backyarders, and what we'll do is we'll give people a way for people to enter, and along with doing their backyarder, they can sweeten the pot a little bit and enter our online competition with their throws. Well, it turns out now with the CDC recommendation of not gathering in groups of 10 or more, that makes even backyarders really tough. And like, we're sharing equipment, we're sharing space. I know at a lot of games out there, a lot of you guys French kiss after every throw. So those games are. Can't even do that at a backyarder now. So I think what we have broken this down to is we're just going loose with it because this is for fun. This is even more for fun than the silly hobby the way we normally do it. It's just, what? You go to fogapparel.com, you order a shirt, you order a Pandemic Game shirt, and that's your entry fee. That's your entry. So you put on your shirt, get a video of yourself making a throw, put your kilt on. Yes, you get to practicing your kilt. You get my permission this one time to practice in your fucking kilt. Put the shirt on, put your kilt on, put your kilt hose on. If you got flashes, put those motherfuckers on. Yeah, I'm saying all in. If you got flashes, put them on. Put on the flashes. You got a sporin, Daddy? Put it on. Let me see that bag. Let me see that bag. So yeah, put it all on. Get out there, compete with yourself. Have a fancy practice. Have a formal practice. Have a fucking doily on the fucking toe board. Put a fucking doily on the toe board. Put a nice glass of brandy, a salad fork, a regular fork, a soup spoon, a normal spoon, a butter knife, and a plate on the fucking toe board. And then, just in front of it, put a small bread plate and then a butter knife, like horizontal, above that. Make it formal. Make it fancy. Get out there and throw. Measure your distances. Honor system. Don't be a fuck. Don't be an asshole and cheat. Because, okay, you win. Cool. You cheated in an online competition in a made-up sport. Way to go. But yeah, measure your distances. Submit them. Hayden's going to give all the details about submission. It's still open to entries right now. We'll have a scoreboard, all that kind of fun stuff. Just put your entries in, and we'll give away some bullshit prizes or something. Some fun stuff. We'll recognize if you get the throws out there on social media, you post them, we're going to post them again. You'll get some recognition. You'll get some imaginary internet points, some hearts, some thumbs up, some of that laughing emoji, maybe some of that laughing emoji with the tears coming out. If I get a choice, I'm just doing the emoji with the puke coming out. Because you all make me puke. No, you don't. I love you guys. Look at me. How could I be mean to you guys? I'm sitting in the middle of the fucking woods, staring at like the trunks of pine trees right now. Just staring off into space, talking to my Highland Games friends. I wouldn't use the puke emoji on you guys. So yeah, the Pandemic Games is going to be just an online competition. You put your throws in, put them in. We'll give away some prizes for the people that do the best throws. And also, we're still keeping the best fail. We're keeping the best foul. Don't fake it. Just throw really hard until you actually give like an awesome foul and you fall. If you're throwing way for distance the right way, you're going to fuck up eventually. If you're throwing hammer well enough, you're moving your hips enough, and you got a wide enough orbit, you're going to fucking fall. Watch Thor Gilfison's videos. That guy fails amazingly. He's really good at it. Like I think Thor Thorbjorn is the gold standard in Highland Games fails. That's saying a lot too, because a lot of y'all fuck up real bad. But he just does it with such style and explosiveness. That's the thing. If you're gonna do this sport, do it explosively, and if you're gonna fucking fail explosively. Thor Thorbjorn, he fails explosively. He does. You got to give him that. Is there anything else that happened? I mean, we're not like I have a high level of formality normally, but let's go. Was anybody insane enough to do something this last week and put it on Nazca? Let's go take a look. Hey, take longer to load, Nazca. I mean, also I'm in the fucking forest. Hey, Mike, be more patient, maybe. Let's see. Did anything happen? Father Donald. Wow. I am really happy I did this. Okay, we did Phoenix. I think we did Southeast Florida. We didn't do the Corona Games. Classy, St. Augustine. Classy. Let's see what these fucks did. That's a lot of people. There was an amateur class. Amateur A. Of course, fucking Anthony Carville, heavy light athlete. Of course, he shows up. Hey, Carville. Do you do anything else besides compete in the Highland Games in Florida? Do you do anything else? Dude. Do you have anything else going on, man? I love you, dude. You're out there killing it every week. But yeah, heavy light athlete. Anthony Carville takes the win. Stones are all right. Weights are all right. Hammers are still... he wasn't in top form, but he got the win. He's throwing some bigger hammers than that. But good throws, man. Good. Oh, Ben Stamps, second place. Shrimp Stampy, second place. A clean-shaven Ben Stamps. Officer Stampy. Bringing up second place. That a boy. Cole Wildey winning the Amateur B. Open class, Thomas Connors. I'm going to call him Tom. Masters, Uli Miller. That's a fucking cool name. Uli Miller. This is some good fucking names in this master class. Check out these fucking names at the 2020 Corona Games. See, this was on the 14th. This was like just before it got like, oh shit, this is serious. So it was still kind of cheeky and fun, and now it's like, yikes. But check out these fucking names in the masterclass. I love these. I love these guys. Uli Miller, Eric Hill with a K, and on the Eric, not the Hill. Warren Tweer, and Thomas Luca. I mean, that's some fucking personality in those names right there. Hey, every other class, get your shit together. Be like that class. Have names like that. Oh, my name's Wilson Bonneville. Like, no, that's not cool. Actually, Wilson Bonneville's fucking rad. That was good off the top of the dome there. My name's Mike Beach. Have a better name. You guys, come up before you start a class. If there's like 4 of you, everybody get together and come up with fucking cool names. Come up with fucking cool names like Uli Miller and Warren Tweer. You need those names in your class. That's going to get you mentioned on this podcast. That's going to make the difference. That's what's going to bring us together. Masters Women, Dawn Scholl getting the win. Women, the Women's Open Class, Women's A, whatever you want to call that. They did both. Kylie Frazier. Ooh, and another good name in third place, tied for second actually, Taylor Wilds. Taylor Wilds! Taylor Wilds! Oh man, I like these names. Hey, Corona Games, 2020 Corona Games, St. Augustine, Florida. Yeah, I'll give you on the names of the games, given the current situation. But the names of your competitors, fuck yeah. You guys fucking killed it. Let's look at what else went on here. Southeast Florida, Plantation. No, we didn't. Did we do that one already? Plantation. That was 2 weeks ago. You guys are fucking old news at this point. Did Anthony Carville fucking compete? Such an asshole to one of my favorite athletes, Anthony Carville. Charles Fay getting the win in the Amateur A class. God, more good names, though. Amateur B, Fernando Aspuru. Fernando Aspuru. That's a good name. William Simonich in the master class with the win. Second place, Petrus Sandoval. I've thrown with Petrus. He's a really cool fucking guy. Man, Masters 55 to 59. Stephen Profit. Yeah, Florida, y'all are fucking killing it on the names. Women's class winner, Darbuze Marcia. Darbuze Marcia. Marcia? Or maybe, oh, you know what? This is one of those where they got the name backwards. It's probably Marcia Darbuze. Fuck that. Her name is Darbuze Marcia now. That's your name now. So that game was 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I'm not keeping it up to speed for you guys. Let's go Boise. Let's go all the way out to Boise. 10th annual Fort Boise Highland Games and 5K fell race. That's a lot of stuff, guys. 10th annual Fort Boise Highland Games and 5K fell race and butter tasting. Amateur A, John Van Buren, monstrous, huge, handsome John Van Buren gets the win. Attaboy. He's so big. He's so tall and muscular. Amateur B, William Griffith. He was Van Buren was one of the guys that competed at the Arnold. He's one of the new class of everybody that's 6'6", apparently. Amateur C, Josh Knutson. What's up, Josh? Lightweight, Ryan McGrath. Seems like some newer guys in the lightweight class. Good on you guys. Get out in there. Getting out there. Get out in there. Get out there and yeah. Good job, Ryan. Hey, guys, go throw in the A's for a little while. Get your fucking dicks kicked off like I did in the A's for a while before you go to the lightweights right away. Just throw beginner numbers in the not the A's, and just open classes and fucking get ground into dust. Masters 40 to 49, Les Wallace. Way to go, buddy. Masters 50 to 59, Mike Lanigan. Masters 60 to 69, nice. Perrin Baker. You know, that's a lot of Masters groups. Kudos to you guys. Masters 70 to 74. Paul McLaughlin getting the win in the class of 1, but good on him. He competed. They did it like a Masters Open. This is what they did. They did a big Masters class, and they broke it out by age, so they can get their numbers for MWC, which is also canceled, by the way. Masters World Championship in Kilcarney, Ireland. Kilcarney, Ireland? I'm not doing why am I not doing an Irish accent? What the fuck was that? You can't even say the name, but in Ireland. In the Emerald City. It's been canceled. I wasn't gonna go anyway, because I'm too fucking cool mostly. But no, I was not planning to go this year. But it got called off. A lot of people had travel plans already. That sucks. Hope everything goes well for you guys. But that's also another year I don't have to return my traveling trophy, which I didn't know was a traveling trophy when I got it. So I guess I'll just hold on to it for another year and have an awkward conversation the next year when nobody tells me how to ship it back or anything. So I'll just hold on to that. But I'll just write my name in fucking crayon on it bigger. Masters Women. Shonda Mulry. Remember, we're talking about the 10th annual Fort Boise Highland Games and 5K fell race and peanut toss. Who else? Let's see. Yeah. Did we get to the women? Yeah, Shonda Mulry. Novice class, Richard Winter. Way to go, Richard. Welcome to the games, buddy. Women Open is Lyman Assay. No, that's a decent, good one. Oh, fourth place. I'm just looking at good names. Sorry if I'm skipping over you a few podiums, but have a cooler name. Fourth place, Isis Noble. Women C, Rachel Van Buren. Are you John Van Buren's wife? The Van Burens are throwing together? Ooh. Is she also 6'7" tall with a jaw of steel? Third place, Edith Dull. Rachel Van Buren. Buren. I don't think I met Rachel Van Buren. Maybe I did, and I'm an asshole for not remembering. Good on you, Rachel. Welcome to the games. Seems like you're throwing the women's C, so you're pretty new. All right. Things went well in Boise. Hey, Van Buren, where do you live, dude? You seem like you're all over the place. All right, okay. In Massachusetts, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. There are just so many delectable words and names in this episode. This is fucking fantastic. This was in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, which I can only assume in Massachusettsian means this is a town of shrews. Why? Why the fuck are any of you listening to this? It's for the calming raindrops in the background. Father-daughter social distancing game. Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Hey, what? Father-daughter social distancing. I'm not going to click on it and look at it yet. I'm really trying to process the name. Father-daughter social distancing game. Do you guys know that could be weird? Shrewsbury athletic director, do you know that name, it makes you unable to think properly about what it really is? Was it a game where fathers and... I'm not looking yet. I'm just looking at the name in the database. Father-daughter social distancing. So, okay, it's a father-daughter game, but it's social distancing game. Not games. Game. We always pluralize that. It would be a lot nicer if we just called it a fucking game. The games are all the other things around it, like the pipes and the dancers and the dogs and the shitting in porta potties. Like, that's the games. All right, let's click on it and see what's going on with father-daughter social distancing. It's just like you try. There's two things that you. It's only two people competed in it. All right, so I'm being a total cocksucker to two people who are just doing something neat for themselves. I see. But okay, Robert Sims was the competitor. But you get me though, right? Bobby, Bobbert, Sims. What up, Sims? You get me that it's two concepts that are like really far apart, but you married them together. I don't know. Am I overthinking this? I'm probably overthinking this. All right, let's look at hey, Robert Sims with the win in Masters, 55-59. Madeline Sims judged. I'm gonna guess that Madeline Sims is your daughter. It's a father-daughter social distancing game. Shout out to the Sims family. Shout out to Madeline Sims for pulling tape. You know what? There you go. There's your concept. And by the way, no, I'm not turning the vibrate off my phone. Fuck you guys. That's the distance. The distance is between them as he throws because she has to mark it. That's what it is. So she has to judge. But then the further he throws, the further the distance between them. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That should be our guidelines, guys. Keep everybody one Braemar throw away from you. And then I guess only the good stone throwers are going to avoid the virus. Because if you throw like a 13-footer, you're fucked. They can still sneeze on you. So that was cool. It was pretty neat. Father-daughter social distancing game in the town of Shrews. I'm blown away by the names. Like, are y'all... Like, what I'd like to happen... I'd like for this podcast to continue to be a thing enough to where people realize their game names are going to get called out and their personal names are, and they're going to just start giving fuck-off bullshit names. That'd be great. That would be fantastic. Like the Fishmonger's Blood Tire Classic. Like, what the fuck? And then you just confuse me for 5 minutes on the podcast while I talk about your games. That's the plan. So what the fuck are we all going to do? Like, if we're not throwing. Like, I'm not saying, like, what are you going to do with your life? Like, what are you going to do with your effort? Like, what are you going to do hobby-wise? Like, look, don't worry about me. I'll find a new fucking hobby every month. Like, I'll figure something out. I'll just go hunt pigs and fish more. And, I don't know, I'll find some other niche thing that I can, you know, talk glowingly about and tag national brands in on Instagram or whatever the fuck I always do. I'll be fine. But, like, what... I was hitting a stride. You know, like you've gone through this whole fucking tragic resurrection attempt. What the fuck, man? Drink less. Like this resurrection attempt and this comeback thing. And I've been training. You know, I've been working pretty hard, except for this week. I haven't done shit. Like, you know, it's because I'm vacationing and I'm avoiding a virus, and I'm not do like push-ups and chin-ups on the fucking porch guy like out on vacation. I'm not. If you want that guy, follow Rudy Reyes. He works out everywhere. I can make fun, but he's jacked as shit. So, you know, maybe do that. But I don't know. I'm not the vacation workout guy, but you know, I was training pretty hard, and I plan to go back to it. But I want to go throw because throwing was going well, but it's like, oh, what the fuck for right now? You know, like there's nothing coming up. I mean, maybe I'll still do the backyarder thing, or I'll just throw and put some entries out. I'll probably do some entries for the pandemic games. You hear that, you other lightweight fucks? I'm going to put my throws on the pandemic games. And I have access to the scoreboard. That's how I'll cheat. Fucks. Bunch of skinny fucks. I'm not a skinny fuck, by the way. I weigh 214 pounds. That's before all the drinking in these last few days. All the Bud Lights. So, maybe more. Yeah. Remember when I weighed in for 198 at the Arnold? I'm repeating an Instagram joke, by the way. That's fucking lame as shit. But yeah, I'm big now. I'm big. You hear how big I am? I got bigger when I crossed the Oklahoma state line. By the way, they have a somewhat similar accent to East Texans up here, but about 3 out of every 5 people I've talked to I can't fucking understand. Not a knock on them. Just, I ain't from around here. See, that's even Texas. I can't do it. Like, it's so foreign to me. I don't spend much time in Oklahoma, so I can't understand it. I have a couple of Oklahoman friends, and Ben Hay, shout out to Ben. He's an Oklahoman. He's a heavy light athlete. That dude's getting good fast, by the way. He's going to be in the A's soon, so settle down, Ben. Just fucking, you know, use this time. Focus on your music, man. Don't worry about getting better. I don't want you getting better than me. And then that's my goal as a coach, that everybody caps out just below me in skill level. And if you're a pro, then I bring you down to me. That's kind of my goal. I want everybody. I'm kind of I'm all about equity in my coaching. Equity coaching. Heavy light equity coaching. Throw what I throw within 5%. And then Jim Glover. Shout out to J Glow. He's used to be a Highland Games guy. Not so much. He's now a pajama wrestler primarily. And he does a lot. He runs a lot. Why does everybody run now? he's another fucking hobby collector like me, but he's an Oklahoman, and he's been reaching out to me, telling me about this area and stuff. He doesn't speak quite as Oklahoman as here. It's not like he's East Texan sounding, but I think he knows what I'm talking about in this area. Like it's just like like three out of 5 people that I've had a conversation with, I have to like leaning like, say again now. I don't do that. I don't copy their accent. I probably do. I'm probably one of those fucking like Madonna people that's like I get around people and I start copying their accent. Like I'm probably that kind of person. Like deep-seated need for acceptance that I have, or need for validation. It's like, well, my brain's like, if I talk like them, they'll think I'm cool. Yeah, but hey, thanks to my Oklahoman friends for preparing me. Apparently, Jim was telling me this place where we are used to be just like basically lawless. It was like a logging town that it's like a dual major logging and meth town. And then it was just full of a bunch of reservation natives who just didn't believe that laws were a thing. Well, I mean, hence the meth. I guess that'll go hand in hand. You know, if you don't believe there are laws anymore, well, then just make meth in your fucking house. Maybe that's what I'll do instead of train. Maybe I'll start making meth. Oh, yeah. I watched that documentary Breaking Bad, and it seems like it's a pretty good idea. I was training, though. And, things are going to come back, right? Hopefully. I'm still kind of gearing up to do Dublin, Ohio in July. It's quite a ways off. We're trying to work out to do a seminar up there, a heavy light seminar. So if you're in the region, I'd love to have you come out. And then we can all we'll get COVID tested, because I'm sure it'll be widely available by then. We'll all compare our tests. And then we'll all strip naked. And we'll do a butter tasting, because those go really well with the Highland Games. So we'll strip naked, do a butter testing, as long as everybody's COVID-19 negative. Then we'll have a seminar. We'll do a lecture. And then we'll play some nickel flip. And then we will do a hands-on portion as well. But yeah, I'm gearing up to do Dublin, I guess. That would be fun. I hope that the Wendler Strength Fest is on in June. All signs point to that it is. Very stoked about that one. That is a pro team event where it'll be a big pro. It'll be a big pro, a small pro, and the lady pro. It'll be all the wide rainbow of pro type athletes out there. We'll be throwing stuff, and we'll be the featured. They're also going to do a full games at the Wendler Strength Fest, but they're gonna they'll have a featured class with the team event, kind of like they did at the Arnold, which I think that's going to catch on. I think they did pretty well with that. They were a good example of it. Hey, frog, chill out. They did a good job of it, and that'll be the same thing at Wendler Strength Fest, and so it's going to be an all-star cast. I want to make sure I get it right. It's going to be the pros are, I think it's Spencer, I think it's Dan, and I think it's Aaron George. And it's going to be that episode of Heavy Light, basically. The one from the second one from the Arnold. It'll be that room of people. And the lightweights are me, Willis Graves, I think, and Jeremy Irvin. I'm forgetting some team in here. And then I think we're gonna have Jay Rout from the ladies and Felicia from the ladies. Lots of throw bros, lots of heavy light, lots of buddies, lots of friends out there. I'm sorry, I should pull it up on my phone, but I feel bad. I don't want you guys to wait around on fucking pulling up stuff on my phone. But now I'm doing it. But yeah, I'll get around to that at some point. I don't know. How do I always end up with disgusting animal videos from Garrett Blatnick while I'm trying to do a podcast? I think he knows. You think Garrett's watching me? Yeah, if anybody's watching me, it's Justin. It's Justin Blatnick's watching me. He's got a camera in my house. But I'm not even in my house. How the fuck does he know? Is it? It's drones. I really hope when the Strength Fest continues forward. I'm super looking forward to that one. Kind of got it circled on the calendar. Hey, be more drunk. Circled on the calendar. I'd like to put up some good numbers. Maybe even a PR there. Can you PR when you're 40? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to put some PRs out there. I'm gonna get fat and sassy and then cut a fuck ton of weight right before. Because if I keep on this pace, I'm going to be like 238. And then I'll be like, well, I better cut to lightweight. I don't know why I get more country when I get fatter, but I don't think that's unheard of. There's got to be some sort of correlation right there. Like the fatter you get, the more country you get, right? I think it's something happens with the jowls. Like the jowls in the neck area. I'll tell you what. I'm cut down. All I got to do is I got about 35 pounds of water I got to cut out. So if I can diet down like 5 pounds, I think I'll be good. I think I cut out that 30 pounds. I sit in a hot bath. I catch a sweat. And I take a big deuce. And I think I'm right down at 198, 199. And I'm ready to get out there and thaw. Yeah. I think that'll be me in June. I don't think it's unheard of. But after that, man. Hey, let's go fucking wild here. I talked about conspiracy theories, right? What if shit doesn't clear up? What if it doesn't, like things continue to be bad and we don't flatten the curve on the virus, as they say, and we're still in trouble by November, by election day, and then we can't gather together at polling places and vote? What happens then, guys? Do we suspend the elections? Find a cabin, everyone. Find a cabin. Oh, the wind's picked up. I don't have a dead cat on this microphone or anything. This is straight up like the audio interface, like the onboard mics just pointed at me in a rocking chair on the porch of a cabin in Oklahoma. Maybe I'll be back here for the Election Day episode, the Election Day edition of the Heavy Life Podcast. You know, if we were allowed to gather and vote, I would wear sport kilt, however, because at this point, there's no point in not being crazy, right? Yeah, at least I'd be comfortable too. I'd be free-flowing. It'd be lightweight. Sport kilt's the jam, man. You can find an excuse to wear a sport kilt anywhere, whether it is, you know, fly fishing in Oklahoma. You know what? I actually ran an obstacle race in my sport kilt once, and it held up beautifully. It was wonderful because it's light enough, and it's flowy, and it's athletic, and it's made of a good material so you don't sweat and drop dead from heat exhaustion. It's really nice. I throw in Texas. I need something that's not going to kill me. Sportkilt.com. You use code HEAVYLIGHT. You're going to save money. They got kilts, obviously. They have a million tartans, and you can personalize. You can personalize your kilt. You can personalize what you wear. You can get socks. Buy your socks at Sport Kilt. I keep saying that. Everybody like goes to the sporting goods store and gets like bullshit kids baseball socks. Like get socks at Sport Kilt. They're good and they're cheap, and they have like the colors of the rainbow, the Scottish rainbow. Yeah, that's Scottish rainbow. There's probably a games called the Scottish Rainbow Games. But yeah, go to Sport Kilt, use code HEAVYLIGHT. You are going to save money, and you're going to be very happy with your purchase. Do it. I pulled my headphones out. It's fucking top-level production here. I was really excited about that Sport Kilt read, too. I was. I thought I found like a perfect segue, and I hit it and wrote it. R-O-D-E, not W-R-O-T-E. Yeah, I was pretty stoked on that one. What do you guys think? You should start rating my ad reads. I think sometimes, I'm trying to think back on my favorite ad read. I did like the recent smoke alarm battery changing fog apparel. Because the thing was running anyway, and the fucking thing started beeping above me. So like, well, I'll just change it, and then I'll just yell into the microphone from there. Who else should I have on the show, by the way? Instead of rating ad reads and talking about that, who else should I have on the show? I'd like some suggestions on that. You know, I'm going to be traveling a little bit. Here's the deal, though. There's a lot of shows that do it really, really well. I was just on the Skype thing. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Drink more beers. Yeah, that do like the Skype or like other formats, like other software and everything, and they do people remote, and it sounds really good. I don't like to do it. I'm not saying I'll never do it. I just don't like to do it. I really like to get people in and bullshit with them if I'm going to talk to them and have them there. Like, that's why I love having Hayden. I love having the pirate captain in. I love having Dickens in. I love traveling and like getting the mics on in front of people. It's really fun. It just, there's a dynamic that's missing for me. That's what it is too. Like, I'm not as effective of a host when it's via distance. Like, I live a lot on social cues, like, and it feels more like a business call, I guess. That's a good way of putting it. It feels more like a work call, which, hey, is the new fucking normal, I guess. So I guess I need to learn to work remote. But I was just on the Be Legendary podcast with Brandon Lilly, and I was really stoked about that. That's a cool podcast. It's run through Sorenex. Brandon heads up the podcast for them, and we've been trying to link up for a while and do this. And I actually want to have him on the Now You Try podcast as well, which is a sustainability self-sufficiency podcast. He's a good fit there. But we talked for about an hour, 15 minutes on his podcast, just running through all my stuff, my role in the Highland Games, the kind of stuff I'm doing as an athlete, as a hunter, as a writer, as a dad, all that kind of good stuff. Just life shit and sharing stories. It was good. But Brandon's really good at doing the remote thing. Like, he gets the rhythm of it because it's not like you cannot talk over each other. You cannot, and it's so fucking weird because like 99% of my humor is talking over the end of other people's sentences or just saying the joke they said and saying it louder. Watch out for that in future episodes, by the way. Once you figure out my moves, and there's like 4 of them, you'll identify them all the time. My wife identified all my moves years and years and years ago, so none of them work anymore. That's why I have to get consistently more and more outrageous. Speaking of outrageous, I'm looking over at the hot tub on the deck here. Yeah, we're bougie as fuck, by the way. But yeah, we have a hot tub on the deck in this place, which is like one of my favorite things. Is like being in a really beautiful place and having a hot tub and just sitting there and soaking and feeling yourself slowly die from heat as you look out at the stars or the trees. It's really nice. And but I have a beautiful pair of swim trunks, which are navy blue with flamingos all over them. Yeah, that speech slurring is only getting better as we go. Navy blue with pink flamingos all over them, and they are cut like a sweet ass Speedo. But they also have a drawstring on the front. Hey, let's talk about the drawstring. It doesn't really do that much, but it looks fucking sexy. It makes it, when I tie a bow on the drawstring, you know where the drawstring is, right? It looks like gift wrapping on a present. But the great thing was, I got to wear that embarrassing ass swimsuit in front of my kids. Because what kind of dad are you? What kind of father are you if you don't give your kids a swimsuit story that they can be embarrassed about? Or you don't give them, you're not a total embarrassment to them in front of them. What kind of dad are you if you're not actively trying to make them embarrassed and humiliated to be around you? I don't feel like you're doing your job. Like, yes, your job is, I gotta provide for them, and I gotta protect them, and I gotta love them. Yeah, but what are you doing to make their life a living hell? Like, what are you doing to make it so, like, when they see a thing like that reminds them of it 20 years later, they have a retching vomit response, and people have to ask them, like, hey, dude, what's the matter with you? It's like, yeah, dude, all right, you see that dude with the hairy back and the fucking, my fucking dad used to wear this swimsuit all the time, and he thought he looked so fucking cool, but he looked like a joke, and it just always made me just throw up in my mouth. Like, if that's what you need to give your children, that's the legacy you need to give them. Like, and you gotta play it straight-faced. That's the key to this whole thing. All these stories I go back on here, like dad, like hairy back dads, or like bad swimsuit dads, or like tidy whitey dad stories. All of them. Like, you have to do this. You have to do it straight faced. You can't be like, look at my funny swimsuit, kids. And like, no. You love that swimsuit when you're a dad. You love it. You unironically have to put on the face that you, with no irony, with no sense of humor about it, love that swimsuit, and you will not be questioned on it. That's what makes the trauma. It's those little traumas that's what matters. That's the gift you give them later on. So that maybe later on when they see like, a 40-year-old dude wearing a flamingo Speedo, they can be like, oh, you know what? You're not supposed to do that. I'm not supposed to be cool with that. That's not something I should be down with. You're setting their moral compass is what you're doing. But it comes back around because once they become a 40 or 50-year-old dad with lots of body hair, then we're like, you know what would be great? It'd be really fucking great. If I got a if I got a sweet Rooster G-string from Wish. Hey, do you guys shop on Wish? Is this podcast ever about Highland Games ever again at this point? Does anybody shop on Wish? Oh, God, Wish is just the best. Because all you got to do is accidentally click on one thing one time that you see in an ad. Or I have the app. Look, I'm not pretending like I'm accidentally tricked into Wish. It's fucking hilarious. And yes, I've ordered things on Wish. So, hey, like that. That's why I bring this up. That's why I got the swimsuit. That's where the swimsuit came from. It came from Wish. And thank God I ordered like a 14XL because when you get those clothes, they're basically doll clothes. Like these are basically G.I. Joe underwear unless you get them 45 sizes too big. But Wish is amazing, and I want you guys to all download the app, and I want you to just click on one thing that you think is weird, and then for the rest of your Wish using experience, you're going to get some of the most insane recommendations of all time. You're going to see the craziest shit. You're going to see things made of latex. You're going to see masks. You're going to see things that make you into an anime. I don't know how to describe that any better. That's how out of touch I am. That's the kind of stuff you're going to get on there. You're not going to get anything fitness related that's worth a shit. I can tell you that much. Don't order like a kettlebell from there. It'll be filled with child bones. Don't order any kind of throwing implement on there. It's also going to be filled with child bones. Because Southeast Asia. Also, don't order anything from fucking Southeast Asia right now. That, by the way, it's impossible, though. You can't do that. Everything's made there. Everything is made there, including the death that's coming for all of us. It was made there, too. So, there's some poetry there, right? That the thing that will consume the entire planet in illness and death was made in that kind of that breadbasket of consumer culture. That pit of oh man, I almost have a Lord of the Rings thing here. I almost have that pit of Isengard. That pit of Isengard where capitalism made all of its stuff, and then all that stuff created these disease creatures that rose up out of the ground and tried to kill us all and shroud us in darkness. Wouldn't that be just the poetry that we need as a species as we ride off into the sunset, choking on our own sputum? That would be it. Hey, this is a Highland Games podcast. So what about those hammers that you get that are half spheres? Those are fucking crazy, right? Sometimes you get those. Are those legal? What about spinning the wob? What do you guys think about spinning the wob? I can actually spin the wob, by the way. Only the 42, though. I don't know how anybody ever spins a 56. It sounds like a good way to die. That's what this podcast, the second half of this is just going to be about ways to die. No, spinning the 56 is a really good way to die. I don't know how anybody's ever done that ever. I've watched Spencer do it. I've watched some other people do it. Seems terrible. I think Shane Sutherland used to do it. Ooh, God. The 42 is enough, and I can't clear any higher with the spin than I can with the stand, so whatever, and all the world records are standing, so take that for what you will. It's fun to throw the 28. I would recommend anybody, any man, if you want to dick around after games and the standards are still up and you're cool with the AD, just have some shenanigans time and throw that 28 or the 14. Throw the 14 over the sheaf standards. That's fucking fun right there. But throw the 28 like over the guy wire of the wob standards. Spin it, double spin it, what the fuck ever. That's actually some of my best memories at the games are like post games or mid game shenanigans like that. Not just like regular bullshit, but like, coming up with throwing games, like doing sheaf for distance, not as something like the AD or anybody recommended. We just decided to do it. I think that was me and Spencer and Zach Church, somebody else that probably quit the games because he met enough people like me. Yeah, the wob stuff, dude. Yeah, I gotta throwing the 14 for the men is very fun. Here's the thing, though. I always tell people this because like a dude will like line up to throw the 14, and if he's not like world class, he's just another dickhead like me. Because this happened to me too. It's like, oh man, I want to throw this 14. I'm gonna fucking launch it, dude. I'm gonna fucking launch this thing. Let's say you're a 50-something thrower, which is respectable. And you get that 14 and you just let one fucking. You get the scream you always wanted because it's light enough where you can actually think about that kind of shit. And you throw like 88. And at first you'd be like, fuck, that's awesome. But then you'll realize like that's like just a pretty good pro throw. Or no, you'll throw like 80. And be like, fuck yeah. And then you'll look at the pro numbers for the year and there's like 3 guys over 90. And like everybody's over 80. Like, oh. So I'd be maybe a top 10 pro in weights for distance if they were half their size. It's actually pretty discouraging. So what I'm saying is don't throw the 14 for distance to feel cool because it'll feel cool for like 1 second. Throw it for height, though, for sure. Because, it'll go really high. You can clear sheaf standards with it. And it could kill somebody. And we're bringing it back around to ways to die. So I'll be back in the regular studio probably next week, but we may do some more bugging out here in the Beach family. We may go to the coast. We may go out to a hunting lease. We're just going to make the best of social distancing. We're going to teach the kids, try to make up for the schoolwork that's missing, but we're also going to try to, use it as a chance to educate them in the way that we'd like them to be educated. Just expand on that kind of stuff. Like there's things that we get to talk about and do, like, catching rainbow trout and cleaning them and cooking them that, don't come up a lot in your school day. So we can do that kind of stuff. And we can do a little orienteering work out in the woods, teach the kids to find north and south. That's always fun, isn't it? Just little things like that, but like set some goals and, teach them about the natural world. Teach them, shit about how to cook and clean. Teaching kids to clean. That's funny. You guys like topical humor? I got topical humor. How about kids cleaning stuff? You ever try to get a kid to clean stuff? They're like, no. Right? Hey, blow harder in the mic. Yeah, but we might do a little bit more bugging out, but I'll keep putting these out as best I can. I'll get as many in the can as I can when I get into the studio, so you won't have to listen to me moving back and forth around a mic like this and a rocking chair and blowing into it and then have frogs jumping past. But maybe the frogs and locusts will continue though. And then that'll be the sign that the Great Plague is coming as well. So maybe just listen to the number of frogs on my podcast. If it continues to increase, then things are going to get serious. Heavy Light is brought to you by Throw Bros. Throw Bros is the only online store for Highland Games athletes. Gear up, get throwing. Use code HEAVYLIGHT, all one word. You're going to save 10% at throwbros.com.